Hello everyone, and thank you very much for tuning in. I, of course, am Rotype, and I'm back here with Mouse Gunner, and today we're going to finish up the second main product that you make from petroleum, and that is plastic. So plastic is actually pretty simple, at least compared to sulfuric acid, which we have over there. And it really only gets complicated when you try to be clever and squeeze it in like I'm about to try and do. But hey, I was clever and it worked out with the sulfuric acid, so let's try again and see if I can be clever with the plastic. Because this always works out, right? Let's see, I need 3 in between. 1, 2, 3. I think I can set this out. Plastic itself is a pretty simple thing. It just needs petrol and coal. But me being me, I think I have a cool way of doing this. I've done this once before, but I'm trying to remember how to do this off the top of my head. Yeah, there we go. So this will be our petrol entrance, and we'll do this just kind of off to the side somewhere. That. And of course we need coal, which will come in. I can push the right buttons. There we go. Like this. Perfect. That wasn't so hard. Give it an inserter here and here. And then plastic, just like some of these other items, is a solid item that you need to output. Make our output chutes along the end. They'll come together at some point right in the middle. There we go. Give it some power and we should be good to go. Have some plastic. Okay, what's left? We got some petrol. We just need coal. Now, it looks like we are running low on petrol. Actually, it looks like we have 0 petrol in some of these pipes. Might have enough to actually run, maybe.
Does that mean we need to have another refinery, or?
Yeah, so let's take a look here. It looks like you can tell both the sulfur plants and the plastic plants are not running, and looks like they're not running because we have low petrol. So we'll come running over here. And yeah, so you can see that both of these are operating. They're not backed up any of those problems we talked about the last couple episodes. So yeah, the solution really is we have enough crude, we just need more refining. And I don't have, well, conveniently we have stone brick made right here. Pick up a bunch of stone brick. What am I lacking now? Steel, okay. Need to go get some steel. And as you can see, it looks like we are starting to tax our factory a little bit. Our steel production is very, very low. And especially now that we start producing oil items, it's really easy to run low on oil. So we'll have to keep an eye on that as well. And while that's happening, I will go ahead and put plastic on the bus because different people have different theories on what you should put on the bus. The way I generally like to operate is with plastic as one of the items on the bus. If I had any underground belt, I could actually do this. While I'm running by, try to remember to put some lights in different places.
Where do you want it on the bus? And I got your underground belt.
So I think I want it in this column I'm kind of running in, or this row I'm running in right now. So let's say here. Put it right there. And we might need 2 columns. I guess I should stop calling them columns because they're horizontal. 2 rows. But for now, I think 1 is fine. And if we find that we will need 2, we can add 1. Now, I was running over here for underground belt. And producing light bulbs as well. There we go, underground belt. Should have taken the car. It's like that time you think you can walk somewhere in real life, and you get there, and then you realize you have to walk back. Just should have taken the car.
Speaking of car, where's mine? It's down there.
It's surprisingly easy to lose your car in this game. I blame it on the things you can't do while in the car. Because then you have to get out.
Well, they need to maybe make the icon on the mini-map bigger, you'd think?
Yes, that would help.
Because you can barely even see it, at least when I look at it, it's just a little dot.
Now, in the new release, they are changing the map around. I don't know if the car icon is one of the things they are changing or not. They're changing the way the map looks. Mostly, I think they're just changing colors. And we've had a couple of moments where we've wanted to be able to kind of ping each other map locations. They're adding some kind of feature like that to the new release. So the nice thing about this being a game in alpha is they're adding stuff, and most of the time it's useful things. All right, so now we have plastic on the bus. Now, one of the first things that plastic is really used for is advanced circuits. So you can see on the intermediate crafting page, we got the green circuits, which we have plenty of. The next thing is advanced circuits. Now, let's see. I'm trying to decide if I want to put advanced circuits on the bus. I think we have the space. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm just looking at our space here. Yeah, let's go ahead and make advanced circuits right about here. So advanced circuits have, like everything else, whoop, we just finished our queue. Clear that for now. Advanced circuits have, like everything else, a kind of accepted. And so if you see here, advanced circuits require electronic circuits, plastic bars, and copper cable. Now we have plastic bars and regular circuits being made on the bus, so that ratio doesn't really matter because we just pull it off the bus. But the copper cable is something that we're not making on the bus, so that's kind of the thing that the ratio matters for. And the ratio for copper cable to advanced circuit is 1:8. If I lay one copper cable machine here, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and there's a rock in the way. There we go, clear the rock, and put our 8th machine. And this will be our advanced circuit line. Set that up here. And like I said, that just needs electronic circuits, plastic bars, and copper cable. We can do that pretty simply by running copper to here and in. And then plastic and green circuits can go on this side. Oops. Leaving room for the advanced circuits to come out on the outside. This is one of the more simple layouts you can do, but gets the job done. And conveniently, we have plastic and green circuits right next to each other, so I don't have to go very far. Whoops. Now, how do I want to split this off? Ah. I've done it again. I've not left myself the normal amount of space for the bus. There we go. This is what this will look like. Okay. All right, that didn't take up too much figuring. All right, and you're getting the copper, I presume?
Yes, I'm having problems in my brain getting it to work.
This game will do that to you. Problems of the brain. Okay, almost ready.
All right.
All right, how are we doing?
Almost have it.
Good.
There we go.
Now, advanced circuits are kind of nice because they're one of the things that runs, well, it's nice that they run slowly so you don't need to worry about inserters and single-sided belts and stuff like that. But they do run slowly, so you're not going to make a ton of them when you really want them. I frequently just kind of double it up. There's an easy way to double up this column and use the same output belt. So you just mirror this. Makes for a convenient way to produce double the amount of circuits. So let's see, just double this up.
Oh, we really need this many? Wow.
Oh yeah, we need many. I mean, this is just for science. We need many, many, many red circuits. I think red circuits are probably one of the things you need. Well, green circuits because they're used in making red circuits. But you use a lot of red circuits in the game, especially a lot of these kind of advanced materials. Things we're starting to research now, and now that we have oil, are starting to be able to make, they'll use advanced circuits. But on the plus side, once we are done, this is probably the hardest part of blue science. Well, maybe the inserter, but we are a good ways away towards getting blue science ready. Although I guess we have to talk about batteries. We haven't done batteries yet either. So this is an ingredient in blue science. There we go. I need power. There we go. And how are we coming on the copper? Perfect. So now we have advanced circuits. Let's take a look at the blue science. So you'll see here the blue science requires a battery, an advanced circuit, a filter inserter, and a steel plate. So we got the steel plate. We've had that for a while, no problem. We're now making the advanced circuits. The next thing is battery and filter inserter. So filter inserters are pretty easy to do. I'm just going over here to kind of show you the setup we have over here. I'm just going to copy the same setup here, except we don't even need these first 3 rows here. I guess we need the gear factory, but basically we just need this three line chain because these are our filter inserters. So we'll just duplicate that up here by science, and that's no problem. The next thing, the hardest thing really, is batteries. Now batteries are another thing that's going to require chemical plants, and batteries are going to be the first thing that we are going to be making with chemical plants down here on the bus. So far, most of our chemical plants, or all of our chemical plants, have been back up near the raw bus. Some people put batteries on the main bus. I don't. I like making sulfuric acid up there and kind of dumping that onto the bus. And the way I make that decision is basically if the ingredient has either multiple things that use it, or if it has, well, I guess that's the either or. If it has multiple things that use it, I put it on the bus because then you can just pull off and use it. If it has only a few things that use it, and there's a specific ratio, an easy way to calculate chemical plants or this many plants to make it per things I'm consuming, I tend to actually make it on the bus locally. Batteries are one of those things where it obviously depends on the thing you're using batteries for, but you can almost always have an even number. You can say, okay, X number of battery chemical plants will make the exact number of batteries I need for Y number of whatever product I'm making. So that's a reason I tend to put it on the bus. But like I said, some people don't put it on the bus. They make it ahead of time in like batch format. You know, nothing wrong with that either. I might not have left myself enough space here, unfortunately. See if we can squeeze this in. Batteries luckily are pretty simple, especially when we have the bus set up the way we do, because we have everything we need for them on the bus. So it's just a matter of pulling them down. There we go. Just make 6 of them for now. Because batteries just need sulfuric acid here, which, as I mentioned, is already on the bus somewhere.
I just got it for you.
Oh, good. Perfect. There we go. We'll get sulfuric acid. And then the other belt, which I'm going to run right in the middle here. I press the right button. There we go. Is going to be a half copper belt and half iron belt. And we'll just pull that out. There we go. And the batteries will come out on the sides. So pretty simple. Again, your first build might not look this kind of interwoven. This is something I've practiced and worked on, but it's a nice way to compactly build a handful of batteries. Now let's see, I need inserters. I have some of those.
Ooh, iron plates are looking a little...
A little low on iron. Yeah, it looks like we're low on a lot of things. We'll have to take a look at that after I set up this battery. Is it a smelting problem or an ore problem?
I'd have to look. Take a look.
Yeah, I can finish up the batteries down here.
Appears to be an ore problem.
Ah, okay. We need to make our train a little more efficient, it would seem.
Yeah, definitely an ore problem. All right, let me go see what's going on.
Oh. I misplaced sulfuric acid. It's in the wrong lane of the bus. Oh well, I can fix that in a minute.
Interesting.
How's that?
Not sure if you meant to do that or not, but you have iron that just goes in a loop and doesn't go anywhere.
Doesn't go anywhere, or does it go into the steel or something? I will come take a look. I don't know if this is your car or my car, but I'm driving it. Ah, I know what you're talking about down there.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's not
Yes.
really the problem, but there is a good chunk of iron that isn't going anywhere.
So I see what happened here. So these are, I believe we referenced this, but I never actually made one. This is a 3-to-1 belt balancer setup. 3 of them next to each other. So just this kind of piece here is a 3-to-1 ideal balancer. So it'll take these 3 inputs and evenly take the 3 inputs and spit them out into 1 output. Now, the reason this was stuck is I had it hooked up here, which is incorrect. You can notice on this one, it's out of this
gotcha.
spot. So that was my mistake for building it that way, not hooking up correctly. But that does explain this little loop. And like I said, I believe we mentioned this before, but I didn't actually build one. But now we can see that I've built one. You'll also notice now, this is taking a full saturated belt in and not saturating the output belt. So it would seem obviously not ideal. I'm going to go ahead and drop these fast splitters in and you'll see that should remedy the problem. Yeah. So you can see the difference right about here where it was not saturated. Now it's saturated. So there's a reason to start using fast inserters. And in fact, I'm going to start dropping them in some of these other places because they will help you maintain your belt efficiency as you start getting these more and more loaded belts. So it looks like we do need to go find ourselves some more iron ore, but looks like that will have to be a task for next episode. So
yeah.
Anything else to add?
Well, no, nothing happened down here that's worth looking at. Anyway, I hope you guys have enjoyed.
The car is damaged. The car is damaged for no reason at all.
Yes. So I hope you guys have enjoyed the video. This is Mouse Gunner and Rotype signing out.